Hi everyone. So how can we be in a relationship as a yogi? Carolyn has asked me this question. She asked that when two people are together and one of the two becomes, kind of finds some inner fulfillment because he's practicing maybe yoga or meditation and he gets a lot of inner, you know, joy from that and doesn't depend so much on the relationship anymore. And the other partner depends much more on the relationship to get his joy and then becomes like kind of scared and attached even more because the other person is, more and more independent. Like, how can you have a relationship in that case? And I am, well, I have an I have some thoughts on this that I want to share with you. And the way I look at it is, ultimately, well, to begin with, if you look at most relationships that people have, not most, but maybe many of them, they come together because, well, they have these needs. And that's fine. But at the same time, when we are, like, it's, the most natural thing in the world. At the same time, when we are starting with yoga, it's kind of, we actually want to work against that in the sense that, we can still have relationships, but we want to become more self-fulfilled and self-contained, that even if we are just by ourselves, we're still happy. So it's kind of, seems to work against the relationship because relationships mostly, as we know, they are based on this dependency. So, well, the way I look at it, the way I'm looking at a potential partner is that I think, especially for us as yogis, it's definitely, I think it's important that we have a partner who's also trying to grow. We probably always will be at different points in our growth. I think it's very rare that you have two people which are exactly at the same level. So their dependency is exactly the same at every point in time. Obviously, that's an illusion. But, fundamentally, that at least both have this clear intention that, hey, we want to grow and we don't want to depend so much on the other person. And at the same time, to be willing to give the other person, what they might have in terms of needs, help them to meet them, but also help them to grow. I think it's a very delicate balance. I've been unsuccessful with this in the past in some occasions. So it's definitely a delicate balance because you wanna, meet the needs of your partner. At the same time, you want them to help them to grow, but you can't just tell them, okay, you depend on me. You need to meditate more or whatever. That would probably be not very productive. So ultimately, I think it comes down to being as loving and caring as you can, and at the same time, both people. I think it's very important that both people have this fundamental understanding that, if I'm not happy right now, I don't blame the other person for that. That we take responsibility for it and say, okay, I am like right now, my emotions are out of control and I'm the only one responsible for that. I'm not gonna blame my partner, I'm not gonna blame him because he isn't picking up my phone, because he is doing something else right now, because he's not there with me right now. I'm not gonna blame him. Like, for me right now, this seems to be the cause, but when I step back and I see, hey, the fact that I'm needy in a moment doesn't say anything about the other person, it says everything about me. And yeah, I guess when we are in a relationship like this, where one person might be excessively needy, you have to gauge if it's, if you see the potential that they will be overcoming that, or if it's just, you know, going to be like that and it's going to restrict you. I don't think we should stay in relationships which are kind of restricting our growth, because for me personally, growth is like the ultimate. And of course, if you're, you know, once you're in a family situations, it's different to some extent, because you don't have the freedom anymore to just walk away. But otherwise, I think a good healthy relationship should provide us room and support to be the best that we can be. We as partners, we need to support each other. I had like relationships in the past where there wasn't enough understanding there, and it becomes hard because you seem to be like you know, living for different things, and then if it goes too long like that, at some point you have to ask yourself, okay, where is this going and where do I want to go, and maybe have to make a hard like stop to it. So what I'm looking for in a partner is definitely, you know, the most important thing is that thirst for growth, and at the same time, obviously, like, you know, I still am on the level where I have needs, so I know I need a partner, but the partner should have that same intention for life, and I think then it's like it can be a very good companionship where both can give each other freedom and at the same time can enjoy time with each other and, you know, just share this journey together. So that's my view on it. Maybe not the topic where I have the most expertise on, but that's how I see it. So if you have any questions or if you have thoughts on this, please leave a comment below. I would love to hear it. How is your relationship going? What are the challenges in your relationship that you might be facing? Or what have you seen working for yourself very well in your relationship? Just leave a comment and I would love to hear from you. Also, leave a thumbs up if you like this. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I see you next week. Thank you. Bye, guys.